David Charlesworth ruler trick has been around for such a long time now, and I'm still not there. But the time has come for me to actually have a go, because I've got a pretty bad blade that lends itself to the Charlesworth ruler trick. So I'll show you where I'm up to. So I started cleaning this blade up yesterday, and you can see the area there that's flat, and it's got to go all the way up to there. But what I want you to notice is this pitting. There's a pitting in a line there, there's pitting right on the edge. Do I polish up the backs like I do with chisels and playing irons, or does this become the David Charlesworth ruler trick? Because the Charlesworth method actually suits this, because I would be putting a tiny back bevel on here. I wouldn't need the back to be perfectly flat. I'm going to do it to this one, and I'll take you through it. I've actually got this really nice 12-inch rule from Raybones, which is a nice slim rule. Let's just measure it. And we've got 20 thousandths of an inch, which is about the same as one of Rob Cosman's saws. So that's 20 thousandths of an inch. But I've also got tape. I want to show you this. Let me just measure this. What have we got there? 3 thousandths of an inch? We've got 3 thousandths of an inch. Right, I'm going to tape it rather than use the rule and see what that does. See what it's like. I've not done it before. I want to use the rule, but I don't like the fact that it can move around on there. And actually I thought, well, wouldn't it be better to have something stuck to the blade? So let me just show you what I've done. I've marked the bench 60mm from the back. The stone is 70mm. So if I put that at 60mm, the tape is 3 thousandths of an inch. So if I put that on there, it means that it's a much shallower angle than using that. It's got to be worth a try. I've wrapped the tape around, and it's the back we're doing this. So the back is where the writing is, because it has the cap iron in front of it. So now I can turn this over, and as you can see, my stone is quite dry over here, but it's wet over there. I can move this anywhere on here, knowing that the tape is going to move with me. Because the danger that I've seen with some of these is I see people doing it, and some people are actually moving it quite off the stone, which is actually bringing it up at an angle, the nearer you take at the rule. So I just thought, well, if I've got that there, it might help. Let's see. Let's see what this is like. So it's just that slight angle. Oh, well, as you can see, it's enough straight away to leave some marks on there showing us what's going on. Let's put that blade out of the way. Oh, okay, it's actually just polishing there and there. It's not high enough to get over that. Oh, okay. Well, let's give it a minute or two and see what we can do. So as you can see, the tape is moving with it, which I quite like. And it means that it's a fixed angle. Wherever I go, it's still a fixed angle. So I quite like that. And it's a 10,000 grit stone. As you can see, well, we've got an accumulation of the mud. Americans call it mud, don't they? On the tape. That's okay. I'm not putting loads of weight on here. It's about weight on the edge, and that's just keeping it something like consistent. Let's have a look. So what does that look like? Well, it's still not getting right up to the edge. I mean, this is a bad blade. Maybe it does need to go higher than the tape. Let's take the tape off. And let's use the rule and do it the way David Charlesworth intended. Let's face it, he's become very popular in the woodworking, sharpening world. I do like the idea of using a longer rule. My method is not a spray method, it's a loose lid on the bottle method. Let's see what this does now. So that's 4 times higher, and I'm just going to try and keep it on the edge. Let's see what this does. Maybe I do need to use a coarser stone and get the blade a bit more flat. Oh, okay. So now you can see it's sharpening right up to, almost up to the edge. I think this blade is a little bit battered. It was a little bit bent as well, so I had to have a go at flattening it. That's why I think it might be ideal for the Charlesworth method. A bit longer. Right, so you can see it's polishing up to the edge now. I still wouldn't be happy with the... Let's hone it a little. I've got these little blocks which help if you're not very confident with your sharpening. It's good to just use them as a datum. Quite a camber on this blade, and I've taken quite a bit off actually, because it was not the prettiest blade, but still got some life in it. And actually, I've got to show you, I'm a bit surprised because it's a laminated Stanley blade, and I didn't think Stanley did laminating blades. I'll see if I can show you. If I can find it, I'll put a still shot in here now. Oh, that's a beautiful edge on that now. Can you see that edge? There you go, look at that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, we've got a burr on the back. I generally don't worry too much about a burr on the back, but in this case I have. And the reason I don't worry about it is because as you get into sharpening and do more of it, you'll realise that the burr on the back is something that you really are after in the early days. And sometimes as you get older, you'll find that, and get used to it, the burr doesn't have to be there. You can just be lucky and get it bang on right just before the burr is going to appear. And it saved you wasting some blade, because if the bigger the burr on the back, the more wasted blade. Right, let's have a look at that. Well, it doesn't look bad. Is it sharp? Oh, it's not bad. So what I do, I'm going to see if I can do this for you. It's a bit awkward. What I do to see if it's sharp, I mean, some people cut their hairs on the back of their arms and all sorts. But what I generally do is I'm looking for the edge to just make contact with the skin and hold on to my skin as I just run across there. That is sharp. It leaves a little tiny sometimes a little light where it's pulled it up, pull the skin up, but that's sharp. I suppose I could do this for you if you want. Alright, let's just put all of that on there. Believe me, it's sharp. Yeah, bit of a patch. So yes, that's sharp. I mean, I'm not happy with it, because look at that bit there where there's still some evidence of of the rust. So I thought I'd flatten the back a little bit more. There you go, that's better. That's much better. But look at that little dink in the middle. And the ends. Still a bit to do. So I vary the way I move the blade across the stone, just so that it gives me evidence of what's going on, so that I can keep a track of what's happening to the blade, and also wear the stone out a bit more evenly. Ready? Ooh, look at that crosshatch now. So yeah, it's definitely getting there. Turn the stone around. So I carried on and on into the next day and did a bit more, and there's a tiny bit of evidence now. So I've just set that up to 30 degrees, so that's set up. I'm just going to re-hone the edge. You can still see that lamination thing going on, so let's just re-hone this edge. And as with Charlesworth, he said you can just pull it back 3 times. I'm just making sure that it's going all the way across and back. Can we see that edge I've just done? Just about across there, but it's not enough, it needs a bit more. And can you see that bit there? That is that bit there, where there's a little, that floor in the back is still there. That's what I'm going to Charlesworth it. Let's turn this around. I'm going to push it backwards and forwards a few times, it won't hurt. I'm not digging it in, I'm not putting any pressure on it. It's mainly running on the wheel, and that's just touching the edge. So there's no danger of it actually digging a hole in the stone. Let's have a look. Let's see if that's made a difference. Nice, that goes all the way across there now, so that's great. Let's take that off. Let's put the ruler on. And Charlesworth mainly did it like that. I've got a bit of a camber on, so I'm moving where the edge is. So I'm just going to do it that way, so I can roll it over from one side to the other. Alright, let's have a look. Well, you can see from the light there's a tiny edge. I think I've still got that floor there. Yeah, it's still there. Right, we can really see that it's polished along that edge now. Let's get the light. There you go. See the light going across the edge. There it is. So now I'm just going to hone a bit more on there to try and improve that and get rid of that little nick there. So as David Charlesworth says, no more than 10mm back onto here. And as he said as well, running off is fine, so running the blade over is good. For me, I've sort of succeeded, but I've just got, let me just show you. I've just got that nick in the blade still, haven't I? Oh, it's just there by my nail. You know what, it's so small. There it is, see it in that light there? Oh. I'll leave that. I'll leave that for now. It's been stamped. And that'll do for now. And it can evolve. So I'm doing this for you, viewers, not really for me. Because I know it'll work. This is a nice blade. This is a smooth cut laminated steel Japanese, so it's lived in there for a long time. So let's take that one out. And I always slide well away, as you can see, polished back of the iron, which is sort of, probably don't need to do we? We'll see. On there, bring it well away from the cutting edge, bring it off, offer it up, turn the screw a bit, get the screw turned, check it's parallel, check it looks good. Nice, that's less than a mil. Just tidy that up a bit because it's slightly offset. This blade isn't 100% as far as square goes, it's slightly out, but I'm not doing that. I'm not squaring it up. There we go, that'll do. And it's handy if you've got a screwdriver that fits that and only that. Right, there you go, blade done. And I put this in, keep it horizontal, drop the blade over, pull it back up against the yoke, lever cap on. It's a different thickness. Oh, there you go. You might have to wobble the adjustment, the lateral adjustment, just to get it to drop in place. Get it all central. Tighten it up. Oops. Look down there. You can see the blade, set it up. A lot of camber on here. Look at that, can you see it? A lot of camber. Reduce that amount of the blade projection. Reevaluate where the centre is. Nice. Just a bit of oak. There you go. So yeah, actually the Charlesworth works really well. The ruler trick works well, 1/1000 of an inch. Nice. So in conclusion, what do I think? Well, if it saves time, maybe you should spend more time on your chisels and with plain irons. That's good enough. If you want to support me, buy me a coffee is my preferred method of you supporting me. They take the smallest percentage. It just makes more sense to me. It should make more sense to you. Thanks for watching.